Tina here. Welcome to PhotoPlay's YouTube channel and welcome to Tuesdays with Tina. I'm back again and I am excited to share a Christmas card with you. Today we are going to be using the Say It With Stamps I'll Be Home for Christmas stamp set. I think this is so fun. You know why? Because it's kind of like paper dolls. You get to build on your door front, your front door. So there are lots of fun elements. You even get the brick for the sides of your house if you want. I think it would be neat to create strips of paper and create actually siding for your card. That's a fun idea. But there's some plants or foliage that you could put on your door on one side or both. There's also a topiary here. You even get a porch light, which is so cute. There is a mailbox in the door, but if you want to fancy it up, there is an outside mailbox also. There is a wreath, and then there's some buildable sentiments, which is super nice. Family and friends are the true gift of Christmas. I think it's really pretty. And then you have Merry, and then the beautiful Christmas, or you have I'll Be Home for, and then of course you can add the Christmas. And the Christmas is a oops. It's kind of heavy because I got the coordinating dies behind here, but the Christmas is a beautiful font. Let's create a card, a Christmas card using the Say It With Stamps I'll Be Home for Christmas. I think this doorway is so pretty. Since it is a larger image, I'm going to bring in my stamping positioner. The Color Me Premium cardstock. I think that these are long sheets. These are 12-inch sheets. But they're so smooth, and when you use your alcohol markers on them, it colors so nice. So I have a panel here, and I have a magnet stuck to the back. I was kind of lopsided. I'm going to go ahead and tack this down. I just used my tape runner behind here, so it's not going to shift. We're going to add our doorway, and I'm just going to use my wreath to go on the doorway today. Nope, I think I'm just going to use the wreath. I think that's really pretty. I am going to use the brick today. I'm excited about that. So let's color in our doorway and our wreath. I'm going to be using some alcohol marker friendly ink, just some black ink. And then we'll ink this up and stamp this on our cardstock. Oh, and it stamps beautifully. Let's set this aside, and then I want to go for some neutral colors, so I'm going to zoom in. These are the color of markers that I'm going to be using. Of course, the red, I'm going to color a red door, and then the green is for my wreath. I'll use a red ribbon. The yellow is to highlight the window on my door, and then I have the warm grays to color the outside and the roof. Actually, we need some darker colors for the roof. So these are the colors I'll use for my roof. So I'm going to play a little bit of music. I want to zoom in a little bit more. I'll catch you back. coloring is all done. I'm going to zoom back out here. And now we're going to take the coordinating dies and we will cut out our beautiful, you know what I love too is the wreath die kind of looks funny. You don't want to cut that inside out because it's perfectly lined up and it's going to create a real wreath for your project. So let's tape these down and run this through our die cut machine. We have our wreath and our doorway, and now we're going to bring back our stamp and we're going to take our brick elements. We're going to put this on an acrylic block and we're going to do some stuff. And I'm going to line both of these up together and we'll do double stamping. The nice thing about the brick is you can layer them anywhere. I'm going to put my colored in images off to the side and then we are going to bring in a panel. I'm going to take some white cardstock. Let's zoom out a little bit. Now I'm going to bring in my set with stamps. This is the nested rectangle die. We're going to make a mini slimline card. This set is perfect for mini slimlines. And what we're going to do is take the two largest. The largest will create a mini slimline card front. And I'm going to use this and cut out a panel with the largest. And then I want to bring in another piece of cardstock and we're going to create a thin frame with it. So first we're going to die cut out our panel. So I went ahead and die cut out my background panel and I did cut out my frame to go around it as well. Now the card front panels I mentioned work perfectly with the number 6 blank card bases. There's 10 in a pack, which is fabulous. These are 3.5 inches wide by 6.25 inches long. They're smooth too, and they're 80-pound card bases, so they're wonderful. And you don't have to measure or anything. They're pre-scored, so all you would do is just fold it in half, and this panel will fit perfectly on here. Makes it really easy. And then there are, in case you guys want to know about the envelopes, there are coordinating envelopes. Say It With Stamps has the number 6 white envelopes that will fit your slimline cards perfectly. Mini slimlines. They have regular slimlines too. Okay, we are going to go ahead and do a little bit of masking. I'm going to take my doorway and I'm going to mask off the bottom. I'm going to mask it off down here just using some masking tape. I have some masking paper. This is a 2-inch roll and I'm going to line it up on the bottom. We're going to mask off this bottom area. And so we're 2 inches from the bottom. Now I'm going to take my craft mat here and first what we're going to do is do a little bit of ink blending on the upper portion. We're going to ink blend the outside of our house. I found a color that is going to work perfect because this is a warm gray. You're going to want a warm gray ink. And so what we're going to do is just go around. We're not going to worry about the middle, but we're going to go around the edges here. And this is a very pale gray. Since we do have our frame, you want to make sure that you're getting a little bit of color on the inside of the frame, and I think that's going to work out great. Now I do want to go and create a line here, so we're going to ink blend, even though this for the most part will be covered, and I think that's going to work out great. Maybe a little bit more in this corner. I think that's going to work out great. I'm going to go ahead and remove my masking paper. And now I'm going to take my bricks that we had already put on our stamping block and I'm going to use my black ink. We're going to stamp some brick detail, just a little bit, in our background. And I am going to overlap onto the side. You know what, let's remove one of our bricks. clean one off here. We'll put this back and then we'll do a couple more here. I think that's a good amount. Sometimes less is more. Now I want my brick to be a little bit darker, so let's zoom in, and then using the same colors that I used for my doorway, I'm just going to real quickly. Okay, I mixed and matched the colors. These are the colors that I mixed and matched. Basically warm grays. The same colors we used for our door frame. Okay, let's zoom out. We're going to take our panel and go ahead and adhere this to the front of our card base. We're just going to use our tape runner for this. Lines up beautifully, and then I'm going to go ahead and take my frame that we created. We're going to add some glue all along the edges. Let's tack this down right over our brick area. Now I'm going to open up my card base and we're going to stamp our sentiment. I love family and friends are the true gift of Christmas. We're going to stamp this. I'm just going to grab my red ink. We'll ink up our sentiment and I'm going to stamp it right here on the bottom. Wonderful. Now I'm going to take my doorway. We're going to flip this around. I'm going to put some foam adhesive behind here. I'm going to remove the release paper, and then this is going to go in the center of our card. I think that's a wonderful spot for it. And then I'm going to lightly tack this closed just so we can work on it a little bit more. Now I'm going to take my wreath. I have some small foam squares we're going to add to it. I don't want it covering the top of my window, so we're going to go with the mailbox right in the center. Now you'll notice on my wreath, I didn't color in the berries. I did that intentional because we're going to use some glitter. Now I'm going to use some silver glitter, and we're going to add, instead of turning these into berries, we're just going to add a little bit of sparkle right over the center of them. And for the most part, my card's done. But I think we're going to need some lamps outside of our house. So let's stamp those real quick. I stamped 2 of them, and then I'm going to color them in just real quick and die cut them out. I went ahead and die cut out my little porch lights. We're going to take one small foam square, put it behind each one of our porch lights here. And I think this is just what it's going to need to bring it all together. And I love that you can put one in the mailbox over here. You can mix and match. That is what I love about it. And I think that's just what we needed. So that will finish off my card today using this set with stamps. Brand new I'll Be Home for Christmas stamp set. I hope you enjoyed my project. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.